gets locked up until the court reviews it. In that process, back to this criminal investigation. Shortly after I had been fired, I got a call from the DA office, a different investigator, but there was a very different tone from what I had met with them two or three times prior, where they were like, "We got you. I can't believe what we're seeing." To a phone call where he said on August 1st, 2023, "We're closing this investigation. Nobody has a no file. Nobody's going to get charged." And I asked him, I said, "How is that possible? It was caught on high definition video. Did you subpoena phone records? Did you do anything?" And he goes, "Look, man, you can public record request it." And he literally hung up on me. And I could never understand why that happened. But during my pro se representation of learning the law and reading my case files, the answer came to me. And it was by chance, man. I'm reading thousands of pages of case law, of my, court documents, everything, trying to get a grasp of it. And at some point, I had read two separate documents that day, but in the middle of my sleep, in the middle of the night, man, I shot up out of my sleep and I was like, "There's no way this could be." And so I write down or make a note in my phone, to check in the morning. I go back to bed. And the next day, I call a private investigator, Kinetic Investigations out of Evans, Georgia. So great dude, was like human intelligence, like high level intel in the Army. So it's somebody I could trust. And so to save the suspense here, I was litigating against a law firm called Vaughn and DeMuro Law out of Colorado Springs. And in the supplements of the district attorney's office, supplement 18 happens to be the decision to close the criminal investigation on August 1st. And that guy's name was Andrew Vaughn. And so Vaughn and DeMuro and Andrew Vaughn is what caught my attention in my sleep, I guess. And I sent that information to the private investigator, who in turn gave me a report back that said it was father and son. So the head defense counsel, by which the law firm is named after, is the father of the number two at the DA's office. And then he's the guy that ended it. And so I went back to my timeline and I said, "Well, is there an answer here, And so I could see when I filed my lawsuit, I could see the day they got served. Well, they were served July 28th, and the criminal investigation ended on August 1st. So there was 3 days between the guy's dad becoming lead defense counsel and then him stepping in. He wasn't even part of the investigation 3 days later to end the criminal investigation. And I had my answer, right? The people that fired me hired a law firm that just happened to have the son in place to get rid of it. And so, my story has been just telling it, right? Every detail, showing every document, recorded phone calls, emails, all of the evidence. I just have nothing to hide. And so I put it all out there. My oral arguments for the 10th Circuit are now set for March 17th. And I'm really excited to tell you that, because we didn't get to talk about that in our emails back and forth to link up. But on March 17th, I have a legal foundation that represents me now pro bono, but only for the 10th Circuit. But they will go do my oral arguments, and I'll be back out in Denver in that courtroom, and then we'll wait on a decision. So we're all very confident, based on recent binding precedent and rulings in the 10th Circuit, that there's no argument that can affirm the summary judgment dismissal, and that it'll get kicked back on appeal, which will enshrine it as case law. So that's the fight right now, man.